Hello, dear colleagues. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to tell an Arabian Nights bedtime story for kids. Are you ready? Let's dive right into the story. Once upon a time in a faraway country, there was a poor man who lived in a small house with his only daughter. They were so poor that they didn't even have a proper roof, and they had to cover their house with pieces of cloth. One day, the father went out to work, but he never came back home. The poor girl cried a lot, but no one answered her. She felt alone in the world. At night, she had to go to bed hungry, and all she could think about was her father. Next morning, this poor girl got up early, made some bread, and went out into the street to sell it and get money for herself and her mom. But unfortunately, she didn't manage to sell the bread, and when she came back home, her mom wasn't very happy. "Why didn't you bring me any money?" her mom asked. "I tried, Mom, but I couldn't sell the bread," the girl answered. "You have to do something," her mother said, "or soon we won't have anything to eat." The next morning, the girl decided to go to the market and ask people if they wanted to buy some bread. On her way to the market, she met a stranger who complimented her beauty. "I've never seen such a beautiful girl like you," he said. "Thank you," the girl blushed. "I'm going to the market to sell some bread," she said. "And what can I do for you?" "Oh, I don't want to bother you," the stranger said, "but could you please buy me some bread and I will pay you twice as much money?" "But I don't have any money," the girl said. "I need to earn money to buy food for myself and my mom." "Oh, don't worry," the stranger answered. "I have money. Here, take this bag and buy whatever you want." And then he gave her a bag full of gold coins. When the girl got to the market, she was amazed by how heavy the bag was. It must have been at least 40 pounds. "That's quite a lot of bread I can buy for that," she said. So she started taking pieces of gold out of the bag, showed them to the vendors, and bought a lot of different tasty food. After she had bought everything she needed, she put all the gold back into the bag and went to find that strange man. The girl walked through the streets, but she couldn't find that man anywhere. She even went back to the place where they had met, but he wasn't there either. Finally, she saw him sitting on a stone bench in a park. "Here you go," the girl said, handing him the bag. "What? Where's the rest of the money?" the stranger asked. "I'm sorry," the girl answered, "but I bought some food for myself and my mom. We haven't eaten for many days, so I thought maybe you wouldn't mind." "What did you do?" the man shouted angrily. "You stupid girl! Now I don't have any money to buy a horse, and I won't be able to run away from the king who wants to kill me." "Run away from the king?" the girl asked. "Yes, because I stole his treasure and hid it somewhere around here. That's why I needed to buy a horse and get out of town as fast as possible." "So what does it have to do with me?" "You ruined everything," the man cried. "I didn't mean to, I swear," the girl answered. "So what am I supposed to do now?" "Look," the man said, "if you want me not to go to the king and tell him you stole his treasure, you have to help me hide the rest of the treasure. Do you agree?" "But I don't have any money to buy anything," the girl said. "I'll give you the money for that," the man promised. "All right," the girl agreed. "Let's do it." So the man gave the girl another bag full of gold, and she went out to look for a place to hide it. She walked and walked until she came across a tall tree in the middle of the forest. "Perfect," she said. She took the bag, dug a hole under the tree, and hid the treasure there. Then she covered the hole and went home. When she told her mom what had happened, her mom wasn't very happy. "Why didn't you bring the money home?" she asked. "Because, Mom, that man might come back and ask for it," the girl answered. "But what if he doesn't? You know, we're so poor we could use that money to buy food and clothes for ourselves." "We will be rich," the girl said, "and we won't be poor anymore. I promise." The next day, that man came back to the girl and asked her to take him to the place where he had hidden the treasure, but the girl refused. "You said you would help me hide it, but now you want to take it away from me," she said. "Listen, I'll give you half of the treasure if you let me take the rest," the man said. "No way! the girl answered. You tricked me once, but you won't do it again. Suit yourself, the man shrugged, but don't cry when the king takes your fortune away and puts you in jail. I won't cry, the girl said. I promise. Then the man went to the king and told him everything. The king got really angry and sent his soldiers after the girl, but they couldn't find her. In the meantime, she had sold some of the treasure and bought a big house for herself and her mom. When the king heard about it, he went to her house and demanded to return his treasure. You silly girl, he said. Why didn't you give me the treasure when you had the chance? Now you will spend the rest of your life in jail. But I'm innocent, the girl cried. I didn't steal anything. That's right, Dad, a familiar voice said from the doorway. It was that man. This girl didn't steal anything because it was me who stole your treasure. I wanted to run away from you, but she didn't help me. Can you believe that? The king got really surprised. What? You're saying that you stole the treasure and not this girl? Yes, that's right, the man said. The king immediately apologized to the girl and gave her half of the treasure as a reward. Thank you, the girl said, but I don't want your money. I just want to go home to my mom. And that's where our story ends. Bye-bye.